I believe the name of this is actually Spooky Scary Skeletons. I pulled that into my computer and turned it into a white key version so it could be learned quickly, and I think that I typed the title in backwards there. But you've probably heard this one. I'm going to do the white key version, so it's a bit of a shortcut. So these are the notes you need, A, C, E, and F. That's all you need for the melody. That was my second time. Here's my third time. So this is a rule of three piece. Once, twice. I don't get the C on the second time. The second one had shorter lyrics. And then the third time, though, is the full thing. Now we have an ending. So now you go back and play it with one hand. Play that with me, either two-handed or one-handed, whatever works for you. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, rest. You can pretty much use whatever. If you stretch your hand there, you can use whatever fingers you want, one-handed. Now, what's left hand doing during all that? It's playing a simple A minor chord. We usually don't use close position triads or any close position intervals below baritone D. But for starters, these are scary, spooky skeletons. And secondly, since it's minor, we're just one note too low. We're just kind of getting away with it here. But I did pinky thumb, and that's your little answer to, because the second time you don't get that bum, bottom, you just get bum, and so left hand is filling in that rhythm. Bottom, pinky thumb. You don't have to do that. You can just stop and hold. But it's kind of fun rhythmically, and it gives your left hand something to do. It's what we call a fill. Now the third time is the pickup into the second line. And then it balances with a thumb, pinky. So just make sure that your left hand stays touching those keys at all time, and that actually makes that easier. Now the pickup was given here as a C, meaning, because that's your fine. Does it say? No, it doesn't. No, yes it does, right there. So that is really the pickup to the second strain, even though it says the repeat sign. You don't have to do that when you repeat. You can just imagine the repeat sign is here and go on. So I think that may be a typo or a bad idea or something. So now we get to the bridge. This is your melody, and right hand has the harmony. I'm going to use my ring finger here, I think. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay in C position because I see I go all the way down to the C and I don't want to cross this way. So I would recommend starting with your middle finger here. Now this little bridge part is very, very smooth. And then move your hand to A position. Probably easiest to just crab walk that instead of worry about what fingers where. But you probably want to start on your pinky when you're in A position. You're going to range, obviously all in there, so you're going to need to, it's easier to crab walk when you get to the top. So play that melody with me. Start right in measure 9 on line 3, middle finger on E. If you get your starting finger, you can work the rest of it out as you go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, rest. Now what's right hand doing during all that? Almost nothing. is playing what's called a C5 chord, root and fifth, to be not so heavy because it doesn't need the E. Left hand's got an E in the melody. So play it, and those curved lines mean keep holding it and keep holding it for 3 measures, measures 9, 10, 11. You don't restrike it. But then as a fill, you're going to break the chord right here. Play the root and then play the rest of the chord. You can retain it, or you can let the thumb go, your choice. So that bit, right here, left hand's going to play an incomplete chord, root and third. And then right hand has a little fill that also serves as pickups. So you could play the whole D minor chord. You can play it differently than written. You can play the whole C major and the whole D minor because you have chord changes, and that's permission to change it up to do it your way. In other words, feel free to modify and make your own arrangement of this piece if you would like. But the reason we're using 2 notes instead of the 3 is that the 3 are so much louder. It kind of interrupts the left hand and is sort of a sound explosion. So I have to dig in a little harder to compensate. So if you just leave out the notes as indicated, you don't have to fight so hard to balance your 2 hands. And of course, when you get to the end, now you're back up at the top. So make a note of the time here. This is at the 6:50 mark. If you want to come back to this and play along with me, I'm going to play the whole thing. 1, 2, ready, go. Repeat. Have a little fun with the ending. I hope you enjoy this.